What's up, everybody? Hello, Slurpathon. Spark over here. I get to be your host. I get to be tired and I get to say words, and it's going to be a fantastic, fun time. I know, you laugh at me, but it's true. It's very true, and I'm sorry. But you know what? It's going to be fun. It's going to be a lovely, good time, and we're all going to enjoy it because we all say so. So right now we have got a run of Gunstar superheroes going to be done by Moonkues, and we've got the Phantomire on the couch. But just before we get that started, as far as our open donation incentives right now, we've got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge, a bonus run. We are sitting at $100 out of $250 for that. We're just a few hours away from that, so that would be nice to see. But before that, we've got the Sekiro Shadows Die Twice Immortal Severance ending. That's sitting at $15 out of $100. And honestly, I believe we should be able to hit both of those tonight. Other than that, that's all I've really got. So, Moonkues, please take it away.
Good evening, everybody. I am Moonkues. I'm going to be speedrunning Gunstar Superheroes Easy Blue Percent. With me is the ever wonderful Phantomire, going to help me out with commentary. If you want to say hi.
Hello.
So, we're just going to get right onto it. So, 3, 2, 1, go. So we're going to be starting off here on Earth. Everything's fairly straightforward. Movement is going to be a lot of slides, jump kicks, uppercuts, and stuff like that. Things that you see are, we've got a super bar. That's going to be useful a lot in this speed run, where it's going to be a lot of stuff that's going to deal a lot of damage for us. It's very similar to Gunstar in that we've got the 3 similar weapons. There's no mixing this time, but you get the super attacks.
And the super attacks, it's something where you have to use each individual weapon to be able to charge them, so whenever it is that Moon's going to be switching to another weapon, you'll see that there are going to be moments of time where he'll be using it in advance of when it is that he's actually going to be using a supercharge, so that you get that full charge there.
And here we are with the Earth boss. He's got a unique feature that he has 2 hands holding the ship. We don't want to hit both of them, otherwise it's going to cost us a couple of seconds. We're just going to hit the head. I'm going to keep doing that. Oh, come on. Alright.
Sometimes if things are just slightly off, like it's a very, very finicky boss, and especially with the uppercut is immensely powerful, but it is very easy to not be exactly where you are with the target there, so but that was a really, really nice recovery and great fight.
Alright. Moon 1. So, here we go. Pink. We're going to have a rotating stage. We're going to try and get rid of these planes and everything else as quick as possible. Basically, it's pretty difficult, and I do a little buffer here to kind of get myself ready to take out the planes. Yes, there is the flicky stage that we're coming up into that everybody knows and loves. I love it so much.
We all love it. We definitely don't get irritated by it at all.
No, definitely not. I mean, the only thing worse might be Dice Fortress, but that doesn't give us issues either, does it?
No, never ever.
Never.
So the big thing here is trying to clear all of the enemies before they really do much of anything. The big reason being is that this is an auto-scroller, but it's also something where it's like an auto-scroller that advances once the enemies are gone. So with these planes and everything like that, like he wants to be taking them out immediately so they don't
didn't get any of them this time.
They're very, very tight kills, so that happening is like it's not exactly a rarity because it's pretty rough.
Now we're just going to be sliding, jump kicking over here, getting around here. Now if you recognize this boss, yes, this is the mutant plant, kind of the same as the original Gunstar heroes. Basically this game is a sequel but with a lot of the same sort of gameplay and stages as the first one.
Anybody who's a Treasure fan knows that Treasure really likes to reference Treasure. It's a theme throughout their games.
All right, here we go. Let's do this.
So basically what has to happen here is Moon needs to go through these.
Come on, thank you.
Capture all of these birds and not get touched. If he gets touched, then they all go back. So wants to be collecting them in one clean sweep here. And you can see it's very irritating because everything rotates and the way that you bounce off the walls and everything. But that was actually still pretty clean. Especially not getting bonked, that's the biggest thing. Losing a little bit of time here and there, that's okay, so long as it is that you don't lose any of your birds.
We're going to sit there and do some uppercuts here just to gain some super back, because we need that here in a second.
Yeah, it wants to have that charged up so that when it gets to the boss, like this mini-boss coming up, he's able to just hammer down on it. And do that old 1-2 punch kind of thing.
Hi boss, bye boss. We switch weapons just to kind of gain a little extra super here for the green weapon. And now we're on pink. Pink's weakness is pink itself. We want to sit there and uppercut up to her head and then just super and attack. Quickly gain up that super and just boom, just like that.
Yeah, you get to see the power of, like, this game, more so than the first Gunstar Heroes, you really get to see quite a bit of a balance between the shooting and the like the physical attacking, like with the slides and the uppercuts and everything. Like, they're immensely powerful. They're just, you can see that it's basically like half damage between both and just melting the bosses.
Moon 2. So we are now doing this top-down stage, and we're just going to skip it. We're just going to skip all this, go to the side over here. Because if we go in the center, we have a couple of mini bosses that we have to face, and if you get hit, it takes time, just like that right there. So we're literally just going to skip all this top-down part.
Yeah, it's always convenient when it's like, it's not even here's this glitch or something like that. It's like literally, let's just go off to the side. We just don't want to deal with you.
And then we'll just mash right through that.
But honestly, given that we're going to be going up to the Dice Fortress in the next stage, like we want to, you know, embrace our beliefs here, because like Cybertails said in chat, like this Dice Fortress is actually worse.
Yeah,
when we get to it.
Yeah, with its falls and everything, and yeah, we'll see. So we're gonna try and do a skip here. Oh no, here we go. No, guess we're not gonna do that one. Okay.
Moon has another chance.
There we go.
Okay, there we go. Oh no!
Oh, I have not been able to get that in a marathon.
There.
Oh. Okay.
It's really, really tight, especially because the way that your movement is, like, you can very easily bounce off of things the same way that you can, like, get onto them. So it's a very delicate thing. So it's a skip that saves, you know, several seconds. So it's not one of those things where it's like, here's this run ending thing, but it's a good time save. What Moon's gonna do is a huge time save.
So this is orange. I mean, yes, orange. He doesn't wear any orange, but so he's got a quick kill. We're gonna let him talk his monologue. When we get control, we're going to juke to the right, slide left, and then jump up and kill. No! Oh, this is gonna be a nightmare now. Well, this is why we have. This is why we have estimates, right? Right.
Yeah, estimates exist for a reason. Thankfully, this backup here, once you get it set up, is safe. It just takes a lot longer. What would happen for the intended strat is to jump off to the left side of the plane, and then while he's still talking, you just melt him with the laser, and he has no iframes, and then just gets killed before he even starts the fight. But that was a really, really nice backup there from Moon. So
because he's very invincible. Yeah, all of his attacks, he has iframes, and you can't hit him.
Yeah, he loves iframes.
All right, so we are now at green, Moon 3. basically this is a gigantic auto-scroller section where most of it's going to be clearing stuff off as quick as possible. Some of it is necessary, some of it isn't, but we'll still clear it all off.
I mean, we'll just claim it for lag reduction.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, we're gonna hit this super here because then I'll be able to reach stuff easier. Because this is going to be a clear off section.
And for those familiar with the original Gunstar Heroes, this is very, very much a reference to the original game.
Okay, we're gonna take out these cannons quick as possible. Otherwise,
luckily they're fixed, so
yeah,
you get to work with them the same way. Because like I'm sure Moon was about to say, like if you don't clear them, then they kind of go back and forth, and like you have to get rid of them to advance the screen. So you don't want to waste time on that.
Hi, Bison. Goodbye, Bison.
He's basically the Dr. Skipper of Bisons. Okay, so here we have the 7 Force. Let's hope that we have some good patterns here, like some good enemies.
Oh, we're going up.
Far,
okay.
So,
that's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
And
I don't like this. Wait.
But that no, that's actually a good one.
Okay. Oh, yes. Okay, we're good.
There are a couple other ones, like there's a bird one that's just absolutely awful. Like, so those were actually pretty decent ones, kind of what we're looking for. Some of the 7 Force parts just waste tons and tons of time. So that was actually really nice.
Oh, I almost had a mistake there, but thankfully input was delayed. Because you can't actually select which stage you want, and that can end up being bad, and was almost bad here.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's much quicker to do the stages in order. That's why, unlike the original Gunstar Heroes, we don't start with dice.
We got this.
That was nice. That descent can be really, really rough. That was clean. So this section here, Moon's gonna probably be in some serious time.
All right, let's.
So the big thing is that this is different.
All right, we're good here.
Yeah, he's got the good setup here. This is a really nice backup that he has that isn't really much of a time difference, especially when we're talking like marathon setting here. But basically,
Let's not do this today. No. So we're fighting Tiny.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. So we're going to be doing some things. We're going to be doing some things and hope that we can take out Tiny quick. Oh no, this is why... So the quickest strat is to actually go to this boss first, but the setup for the quick kill is so hard.
There we go.
Okay, that was a really nice backup. But the big thing with this is that you can see that he has his die rolls. They're fixed rolls, but every time it is that he leaves and has to roll the die again, it's much harder because it keeps going quicker. The only one that you can actually control is buffering the one roll. So there'll be times like that where Moon has the safety of that and might have to rely on that later as well. Hopefully not. But like I said, those die rolls are pretty tight. So it's something that you have within your control, but at the same time, kind of, it almost feels like you don't at the same time. So he's picking this boss just because it's just a safer boss to be able to deal with, and then hopefully lining up so you can roll a 5 and go straight to the final boss here.
No, I think I'm going to take the marathon safe strat.
We're going to do the safety?
Yeah, okay. We're going to do the safety.
Okay.
We're just going to go to the second... We're going to go to this other one here. Because I feel a little more comfortable right now. I don't...
Yeah, this totally... It's something where, like, when we're talking about the potential of how much time can be lost versus...
there we go.
How awful this is, that was a really, really smart backup. So, getting to the black is is much smarter than falling down.
Yeah.
Falling down is really good over.
And we've already sat there and fallen once. Let's not do it again. Let's just get to black.
Yeah, exactly. So that was really good on Moon's part, but that's experience there. So we're going to be doing the lasering, taking off 400 health, and then after that it's going to go into a ball. Moon's going to be careful about his position here, because when you get run over on that ball, iframes are pretty aggressive with the bosses, but they are not with you, and you can pretty well get instant kill.
Oh, I got rolled over today during practice, and I was not happy about it.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
So
and no matter how
Black
much
is
you
jerk.
play this game, yeah, Black always taunts. He does that in the original game, and he does that in this game. So that's why you saw those bongs. They were absolutely necessary, and you have to be careful not to die there. I have died to his taunts, so gotta be careful there.
And now we are in the home stretch. That was the worst of it.
Yeah.
So
That was, given all that can go wrong in Dice Palace, that was actually pretty darn good, and a good backup on the tiny fight. So he's sitting pretty there. There's going to be a couple of auto scrollers, but then there are going to be other moments like this where he's going to be buffering his slide, so he can hopefully get under each of these flames here. Yes, he didn't get Teddy, which is good, because Teddy takes a long time. It can be
I try and avoid Teddy as much as possible.
I accidentally get Teddy all the time, so I've become
Come
like
on,
an
get over
absolute
here.
master of it.
That's fine. Perfect. I'll take it. Get.
Yes, tofu is absolutely delicious.
All
An
right.
underrated protein. There we go.
Yes, it is. I had to unmute for that. It's so good. You
Yeah,
just don't know how to cook it if you don't agree.
100%. We're on the same page.
No,
there.
hold on one second. Now, we've got a huge auto-scrolling section. So, Sparko, if you've got any sort of thing you want to say right now, would be a great time to do it.
Well, let me just grab my cookbook here and let you know my favorite tofu recipe.
Ooh.
But not really. I mean, sure, I'd love to share recipes with y'all, but we're actually here to be raising money for the Slurpathon, except we're not raising money for Slurpathon. The event is called Slurpathon. Hey, I told you I'd be great at this. We're raising money for
Won't
Extra
change a
Life.
thing.
I would not dream of it. We're raising money for the Alberta Children's Hospital through Extra Life. And we've been doing this for a few years now. Like, Slurpathon started as a little local event, like, where we were raising money to actually get some of our local runners to AGDQs. And as we, sort of grew bigger and both, just eventually there came a time when we didn't have any runners to send to GDQ, we decided, hey, what if we did Extra Life? And we've been running with that since then. It's been a lot of fun, and I know Malieve was saying in her run previously that, like, Slurpathon has just been full of a bunch of lovely people, and I couldn't agree more. I'm just, like, super happy for, everyone who chooses to take part in the event through, like, either, playing a game, volunteering, or just hanging out and chatting, being big chills with us. So, yeah, thank you everyone for being here with us.
Yeah, and thank you, because this is my first Slurpathon event, and it's been great. I couldn't say anything worse.
Well, let's get to Mapo Tofu.
Yeah.
That's what I had on Thursday, and it was amazing. One of the things that actually Moon's going to be doing, this is the pretty aggressive auto-scroller part, but we're going to be doing some stuff with the bosses soon. The big thing is that he wants to be lining up to, one, not get hit because it stops him from shooting, and then the other thing is that there's a very, very tight positioning where he's going to be able to hit the enemy with both cannons and avoid the shots.
Actually, that's really good.
Actually looking okay. Okay, that's... Oh, no!
Well, it's going to happen, but it's
still really,
the initial
really good.
the initial lineup was really good.
Yeah, that was really, really nice. Being able to line up in that position, because it's very easy for one of your shots to just get eaten up by the walls. So that was a really, really nice kill.
And of course, let's get some sour pleases in chat for this banger.
I mean, it's the jam.
It
It's
is.
so good. So good.
How can you not be pumped for this game when you're listening to this song?
Yeah, any of the jams. Let's see, where's my jams? I got some So Vantoon Jam's going to drop in chat. So whatever jams you have, you drop in the chat there. It's amazing how much, how robust soundtrack they got on the GBA. And this track definitely highlights that.
Yeah.
And Moon's going to be lining up here. Like this auto-scroller part is a fixed timing kind of thing, but he's going to be leading up into the next stage, which is going to be the boss rush and the final boss. That's where things get a little bit more chaotic. The previous marathon that I did commentary for him, there was something that clicked there and was just like a godly stretch. So hopefully we can replicate that as well, because that was incredible to watch. If I remember correctly, that was like a gold split or something like that.
It was close enough. It was close enough. I went ham on that one, and it was an impressive rush there.
The big thing is hopefully we get the quick kill. Like the two of the biggest parts are green at the very end, and then also the opener. Because she can be absolutely relentless. There's going to be her two like sidekicks, and then her in this like angel demon form kind of thing, whatever it is. And as soon as they get stuck in iframes and run around or anything like that, it can be really rough. But Moon can set up a quick kill that will do some pretty impressive stuff there.
And here we go. We're just gonna slide down this here. Whee! That's intentional. Can't really dodge that.
Yeah, and if you lined up to dodge it, it's just gonna waste time over just taking the reboost. Let's see here.
Come on, there we go. That was good.
Really good.
All right. Switch over to laser because we're gonna need it for this guy. Practice has been giving me a little bit of heartache for him, but we'll see. Not a problem. We got him. Let's go.
You can just do it with straight up sliding, but when you have that pause, like that alternating laser sliding thing, it just keeps him stunned. Very much like the previous fight. If he gets into his iframes and actually having to fight him, oh my goodness, it takes forever. So,
all right.
The more we can just avoid that, the better.
Here we come on Goofy Black. And it's just going to be he pops up. It's whack-a-mole. Once he takes enough damage, he pops back down. He goes to another location. You've got all of these little obstacles that you have to sit there and navigate as well. Pretty soon we're going to get some green flames. There they are.
Yeah, the big thing is just making sure that you're as low to the ground as possible. In the moment that you do that, in conjunction with the explosions, you basically kind of plant them for when it is that he appears, and it takes care of things pretty quickly.
I'll take that head. Okay. And there's the scream for Fanto.
And then we're really going to be hoping for some nice patterns here.
That's not nice.
That is, in fact, not nice.
Get up there. That's not nice either. Excuse me. Please, what are you doing right now?
Not wanting to cooperate here.
So let's just...
Please, bird
Come on.
somewhere.
There we go.
Please.
Perfect.
You said that it's a random boss, and that is what you want to see right off the bat, because you can just do substantial amounts of damage.
Come on.
To it. The wheel is probably is the worst.
There we go. Got him. All right.
Okay. Thankfully, the next boss, the only thing that we're worried about is like it does very, very, very little damage. It's just a matter of getting through it optimally, because there's just so much going on screen. This is where you get to, and this is where it is that you get to really highlight like the weaknesses of each of the things, because each of the weapons do different amounts of damage to each of the gems. And we got to see the immense power of that laser cannon on that initial opener there.
Don't knock me that way. And time's gonna come up here in a second. And time.
There we go. Nice run.
23-34. That's good. That's where I wanted it.
Yeah.
Very nice.
There is a Gunstar Discord. Link is over in speedrun.com. It's a great community of, people who love this game and love Gunstar, which I think you're up next, Fanto, right?
I am.
Sweet. But again, thank you, Slurpy Ninja, for having me here, and thank you, crew, and everybody from Slurpathon. It's been great. I'm glad to be able to show off this run.
Well, y'all did my job for me. You said what was up next. But I mean, yeah, so up next we have the Phantomire running Gunstar Heroes. That's something to look forward to as well. Following that, we've got Omax with Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, and there is an incentive for that currently sitting at $15 out of 100. It would be lovely to see us meeting the Immortal Severance ending for that, so please, folks, if you're thinking about getting some donations in, we've got that. And past that, we can extend Slurpathon later into the night with a bonus game of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge co-op run. And we are sitting at $100 out of $250 for that as well. So if you want to see Slurpathon going a little later tonight, again, got some lovely incentives for y'all. Other than that, just hang tight. We will be back soon with the next game.